On the 23rd of August, around 6:04 pm, India etched its name in its history by becoming the first country to successfully land a spacecraft on the south pole of the moon. This significant achievement marked India as the fourth nation to accomplish a soft landing on the moon, followed by the United States, the former Soviet Union, and China. While this accomplishment received widespread national and international acclaim, it also stirred up controversy. Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Afzal Kutti and welcome to HW News English. In an unexpected turn of events, India's recent triumph with the Chandrayaan-3 mission to the moon's south pole triggered a heated debate surrounding foreign aid between the United Kingdom and India. A social media post by journalist Sophie Corcoran and statements from news presenter Patrick Christys have sparked a contentious global discussion. Corcoran took to Platform X, formerly known as Twitter, to argue that the UK should reconsider its aid to India in light of India's advanced space program. She suggested that UK should reclaim its investments. Christys, a presenter at GB News, took the sentiment further, demanding India repay the £2.3 billion in foreign aid provided by Britain from 2016 to 2021. He also alluded to the £57 million designated for India in the upcoming year. Christys quipped, "I congratulate India for landing on the dark side of the moon. I would also like to invite India to return the £2.3 billion of foreign aid money that we sent them between 2016 and 2021. We are also set to give them £57 million next year. And I think British taxpayers should retain that, don't you? We shouldn't be giving money to countries with a space program. As a rule, if you can afford to launch a rocket to the dark side of the moon, you shouldn't be seeking our assistance." Naturally, these comments were met with a strong opposition in India, a country that has a history of enduring over 2 centuries of colonial rule by the British. This raises the question, what exactly is UK aid, and has it truly benefited India in any substantial way? The UK aid logo is prominently displayed in regions where their projects are active, such as health clinics, school materials, and emergency food supplies. It serves as a public acknowledgement of development initiatives supported by British taxpayers. Officially, UK aid to India was meant to end in 2015 after India expressed its self-sufficiency. However, a review by the UK aid spending oversight body revealed that approximately £2.3 billion in aid was provided to India between 2016 and 2021. Given the British history of economic plunder and exploitation, their appeal for funds from countries they have historically exploited takes on a rather ironic and even comical tone. It is quite unfair how the Brits are asking back the aid money from India as if it were rational. The UK provides aid money for development initiatives and emergency food supplies. Whereas ironically, during World War II, Winston Churchill diverted essential supplies from Indian civilians who were suffering from the Bengal famine at the time and transferred these supplies as stockpiles to Europe. Looking back in history at both the world wars, during World War I, Indian taxpayers paid £100 million for a war that wasn't even theirs. Again, in World War II, out of Britain's total war debt of £3 billion, as of 1945 money, £1.25 billion was owed to India and was never actually paid. This history of exploitation extended to cultural and historical artifacts such as the ring of Tipu Sultan and the wine cup of Shah Jahan. Additionally, India's most prized possession, the Kohinoor diamond, is set within the British crown. So to put it simply, the British are requesting the money they provided between 2016 and 2021 to be returned. In the light of this, my appeal to Mr. Patrick Christys is straightforward. I kindly ask for the reimbursement of the £100 million that our Indian taxpayers contributed during World War I, along with the accumulated annual interest over 105 years. Additionally, let's factor in the £1.2 billion that the UK owes us from World War II and has yet to fulfill. This amounts to $1.8 billion in today's currency. Furthermore, let's not overlook the staggering $45 trillion that the East India Company looted from us during the colonial era. After taking into account the aid that was given, we simply request that you return the remaining balance for the sake of clarity. If you can fulfill this, we will consider the matter resolved from our end. Thank you for understanding. That's all for now. For more such news updates, follow HW News English. Thank you.